your manager is also an employee. He can leave and he can get fired.
Yeah.
And like there is also the balancing act of you want to carry your manager along very much. Like I mentioned before, you want to document everything, but periodically, the one-on-one doc that you have with your manager, you want to, okay, there are two things. You want to share that with your skip and then tell your skip this is what you're your manager at. Like you meant you make the Google Doc, share with your manager and share with your skip.
Yeah.
Because if your manager gets fired and then your skip is the person replacing you, the person they hire has to also agree that everything that was agreed on with your previous manager still holds. And if your skip doesn't ever see it, there is no way to trust that you didn't just make this stuff up.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where you have to be very, very deliberate about it.
Yeah.
The second part of this is, and this is something I tell people when I mentor them at work, you want to keep a brag sheet.
Brag sheet is a list of all the accomplishments and things that you've done, depending on how far you want to go, to be honest. You can go as early as when you were born, but in the context of this, in your professional setting, right? So different companies have different ways of doing this. At Microsoft, we had connects. Connects are documents that you would write about your accomplishments, the accomplishments that you made to the business, how you've impacted other people, how you've impacted the business. And your manager will then add your own comments to it, and then the connect will be posted. Your salary raise, your bonus, your stock bonuses will be off that connect. And then when I was then trying to move teams, for example, I sent that connect to the managers of the teams that I wanted to go with, so they see like the history of my work. In certain companies, Netflix and Zillow, they don't do that. So you have to keep your own brag sheet, right? You have to keep your own document that just has a list of, all right, I did this feature. This is the outcome of the feature. This is how the feature helped the business and stuff. And ultimately, that is a brag sheet. Yeah.
And so my own brag sheet, for example, right? I keep them on a quarterly basis. Every quarter, I and my manager sit down and I say, hey, this is my brag sheet. These are the things I'm adding. Do you have an opposition to it? Yes or no?
Yeah.
That brag sheet, my manager's manager also sees the brag sheet.
Yeah.
There is no surprise. There are a couple of reasons why, but back to the legibility idea. When it is time for appraisal, right, on the spot as it is hot, your manager, he waited till the last day to do it.
Yeah.
That last day, he's not going to look at his outlook and find that thing you did at the beginning of the financial year that was super important, that saved the company $200,000. He's not going to remember all those things. It's the one mistake you made 2 weeks ago. That's sitting on his...
Exactly.
Yeah. When it's time for promotion, your manager can remember all the 20 things you did. Somebody that might perform better than you, but your manager on the spot,
doesn't remember,
when it is time for appraisal, doesn't remember, might get the worst end of the deal, right?
Yeah.
So you want to be very, very deliberate about this because you have to collaborate with them to help me help you succeed.